Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So just wanted to do a quick review on Ballerina. I'm glad I gave this movie a chance. I was, reading up some, reviews on this. Some people like mixed reviews. Some people were just kind of giving it flack, hating on it. Oh, yeah, it's not a continuation. It's of the John Wick franchise. It's a girl boss movie, this and that. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of girl boss movies or whatever, but before I even get to that, I just wanted to say I'm glad I gave this movie a chance, because this movie is one of those movies you go into the theater, you enjoy it for what it is. Simple plot, you come out of there, you're happy. It's a lot better than what I just watched. I watched 28 years later, and the plot was mediocre at best, and it was just kind of a struggle to sit through 2 hours of that movie. I didn't really enjoy it at all. Nonetheless, this one here, it takes place around the time, around chapter 3, a little after chapter 3 and before chapter 4. It was around the time Eve first meets John Wick at the Ballet Academy, and this was during the time when John Wick had came to the Ballet Academy to cash in his ticket, and then soon after he was exiled from the Ruska Roma organization. So Eve goes on, basically something happens in her childhood that's tragic. As a result, she goes on this quest for revenge later on. She is a student in the Ruska Roma Ballet Academy. What I really like about this film is how they do a deep dive into their training, how they train to be assassins, the female students, the male students, how they train, the firearms training, the martial arts training, jiu-jitsu training. I really like that stuff a lot. I feel like it really fleshed out John Wick's the origins a little more, like the training in the Ruska Roma and everything like that. There's also a new organization that you find out about in here that's introduced, and we find out that through Eve's quest for revenge. She's seeking out this organization that something tragic had happened in her childhood, and she's seeking revenge and searching for this organization. But I don't want to get into too many spoilers there. I want to try to avoid that. And now, girl boss movie, no, there's plenty of times, guys, she gets into, fights with her male counterparts in there, villains and enemies and whatnot. And she's getting, beat up. She has to use everything in her environment to survive. Whatever's laying around, she can't leave any openings. She has to take advantage of any opening that she has to be able to get the one-up on her opponents. And you see those struggles, especially in the beginning, when she first went into, it was like a club or a lounge, and it had a skating, an ice floor. And to be able to fight on heels, she's wearing heels, and to be able to, she did a pretty good job. I thought the fight choreography was good. She was struggling, but I mean, it's her first assignment. She's not a veteran like John Wick, obviously. So you can see the struggles throughout the film that she's going through. And also, she does have an encounter later on with John Wick, and you can see why John Wick does, he does end up one-upping her, and it's pretty evident how easily he does it. They're not trying to replace John Wick at all. A Ballerina, Eve Macaro is her own character. I really recommend, guys, give this movie a chance. It is worth adding into your John Wick collection. If you guys have the Blu-rays, you guys have the standard Blu-rays or the 4K Blu-rays, definitely add this into your collection, because it's worth it. And also, I felt that she was a right choice for the role, considering that she was in one of the James Bond films with Daniel Craig. It's been a long time since I watched it, and I think it was No Time to Die. And from what I remember, her role in there, she did a really good job. I mean, she played a character by the name of Paloma. So, I mean, her fighting sequences in there, her gunplay and everything, I thought she did well. And overall, I think, Ana de Armas, she is a suitable, pick for this character, for Eve Macaro. There is something that happens at the very end, of this film that leaves an opening for a possible sequel. However, because of like its performance, I don't know if we will get a sequel to this, but I hope we do. Also, something, we have to also realize, guys, that when we watch these films, yeah, how is this female character, how is she able to, get back up after she's getting pummeled by her opponents or being tossed into a wall and get up? We also have to make the same argument for John Wick. He's like, what, 6'1", 180 pounds, soaking wet, and he's getting hit by cars going at like a high velocity, just ramming into him, and he's able to get up and he's hobbling away and he's still fighting. When we walk into the movies, we have to just kind of sometimes suspend belief a little bit and just enjoy it for what it is. Because if we keep picking away at the physics of everything, we'll never be able to enjoy it, right? And that's what it's like, watching these movies is kind of like being in a video game or watching a video game, and just enjoy it for what it is, I think it's definitely worth the watch. You guys should give it a chance. And also it was announced that the company Hot Toys, they released 1/6 scale figures, teased a Eve Macaro ballerina figure to come. There's no photos out right now of the figure, but it's been teased. And also they do have their John Wick Chapter 4 figure, which is something I purchased from like last year. Amazing figure, guys. He has like this really nice tailored suit, very nice face scan of Keanu. Amazing figure. Nonetheless, guys, give this movie a chance. You won't be disappointed. And I hope you enjoyed this review. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Until next time, peace.